Hey guys, it's Flo from Can Auto Performance, and as a part of a new series, we're going to be keeping up with all service records on all the Cap cars. And today, we're doing an oil change on my C8 Audi A6. Let's get surgical, baby. Now, I got the car with 97,000 kilometers, which is roughly 61,000 miles. Did an oil change. And today we're at 108,000 kilometers, which is roughly 67,000 miles. So it's typically recommended to do an oil change every 5,000 miles or like 8,000 to 9,000 kilometers, and I'm definitely overdue. So this is the perfect time. Now this car came with all service records from Audi. The previous owner, he did maintenance to a T, which was one of the biggest reasons why I decided to buy it. And if you've kept up with our channel, you know that we like to do things simple and easy. And this oil change, anybody can do it at home with the help of a oil extractor. This shit kind of heavy. And in order to get started, you need a funnel, a pry tool, or a flathead screwdriver, a socket wrench with a 32 millimeter socket, torque wrench, and pliers. You need some like microfiber cloths in case things get a little bit messy. Step 1, remove engine bay cover. Now the OEM A6 doesn't use a dipstick because it uses an electronic system. So step number 2 is we'll be removing the dipstick plug. That's it. So tiny thing. Now in order to have more space, we're going to be removing this tube over here. So you just squeeze and you pull out. That's it. So step 3, we're going to be fishing the extractor tube all the way down until we hit the bottom, and you have to hit the bottom. And just to clarify, the extractor tube is going down the dipstick hole. So once we hit the bottom, we want to start pumping on the oil extractor. As you can see, the oil is being extracted. So once the oil stops flowing out, it's time to crack open the oil filter cap using our 32 millimeter socket. And once we do this, more oil will be able to flow out. And just make sure you put a rag just to avoid any spills. Now we're gonna give it a few more pumps. As you can see, there's more oil flowing. This is important because you wanna get it as clean as possible. So after you're completely done extracting the oil out, it's time to take out the filter. So you want to make sure you have a rag underneath just so that there's no oil leaking. And there we go. Okay, now we're going to detach the old filter. You just got to pull. It's relatively very easy. Okay, and we're going to grab the new filter and do a comparison. New filter. You can see the difference. Now we're going to grab our flathead screwdriver and we're going to remove this. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some oil from the old ring and we're going to lather the new one. This is very important so that nothing breaks the new one. And then we're going to put it on all the way at the top. So now we're going to put in the new filter and you have to push it in and make sure it clicks. That's it. So after assembling the new filter, we're going to have to put it in its place. And we're going to have to put it in until we no longer can with our hand. Next, we're going to use a torque wrench with a 32 millimeter socket. And we're going to set the torque to 25 Newton meters. And it's very important that we do that. Number one, it's because it's what the cap specifies, and if we do anything else, we might break the cap. So as you're doing this, you should be able to stop when you hear a clicking sound. And that was it. So next we're going to remove the oil cap and use the funnel to start putting our oil in. So we put the funnel in. My car is recommended to put 7.2 liters of oil. Okay, so we just put 5 liters, and I'm going to be putting 2.2 next. So next we're going to remove the funnel, put the oil cap back on, put the dipstick plug back in, and we're going to reattach this tube that we took out. And then we're going to put back the engine cover. So the last and final step to completing your oil change is to reset your service interval. So we're going to do that by turning on the ignition and going to, on your home screen, going to settings, vehicle, settings and service intervals, next oil change, inspection due, and we're just going to reset. Yes, reset now. Okay, and that's it. And that's how easy it is to change the oil on my C8 Audi A6. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because we're going to be recording every single service that we do to this car, as well as other modifications and upgrades. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and we'll try to get to them as quickly as possible. Thank you and see you next time.